Hello everyone. I make a video a couple days ago advertising a shaman royal healer booking event for large groups of people. I was reaching out to community leaders and organizers, meetup.com folk, the YouTube bookers, if you would say it, the media. Why not even television? Why not? I thought about the reality. I put it in one of the tags, and I just say, did I put a reality TV? I'm not sure. Anyway, so within the advertisement, I say, hey, listen, between you and me, the organizer, I'm talking to you. I say, let's figure out the topic underneath the umbrella of me being shaman and shaman royal healer. Let's make sure we're on one accord with that. After we concrete that we are a match for each other. Q and A, that's the setup, along with healing and getting the drive-bys from the dead celebrities, which we got to pop up through the other day from their Flip Wilson and did Michael out of Jackson. We always in for a surprise when it comes to that. So, you know, we're probably going to have more of that going on. So, anywho's, in the meantime, I get a very important question from one of my favoritas, a Shaman House Constituent. Okay, and he say it just like that, a constituent. Aren't you gonna find some mess up on that in the Googles? Okay, so, this importante person is Arnold Jackson from Portland, Oregon. I'm going to read to you from my little cheat sheet what his question is. Let's see. He's from Oregon. I said that. I said that he's a Shaman House constituent. I get into more of that with you later on in another video. Those are people that are actually studying shamanism. The practice of shamanism. And you don't have to be shaman into soul or completely ascended in order to study the practice of shamanism. How about that? Okay, anyway. He says, I want to know how you broke Pygmy. And can you give a preview without the help of the afterlife constituents? That's how the Senate says it, we think. Anyway, we say it in two different ways because it's funny and we like to keep things light and fluffy and juicy too. That's one of Arnold's favoritas. I know I can hear him remotely. You know, the meditation is remote communication, and I can hear him punching through the mouth, talking about, I like the word juicy. Okay, nice surprise right there. Out of my faculties, all of my chakras are always on. It's no different than me being plugged up to the afterlife or to the Yahwehs. And everybody always make fun of me when I say the Yahwehs, because that's Yahwehs for me with the nosotros, the plurals. Because when you think about it, the Yahwehs, okay, that's spelled capital Y-A-H-W-E-H, is animistic communicator. So when you think about the zoo, don't you see one animistic communicator there? No. You see the variety of the creatures. And that thing is a creature too. So I says, in my baby May way, the Yahwehs. So I'm a linguist and everybody make fun of me, whatever, because some of the isms will be the Yahwehs, watch, and it'll be spelled with a J too. Okay, so yeah, he says, can you give a preview without the help of the afterlife constituents? They mean everything to me, and they know who they are. Tutu Mandela, Winnie, his wife, and his son Nelson. And let's not forget Bob Marley with that interpretation shit upon it. And I love it all, but I want to hear from Shaman Blonde punched through the mouth with Pygmy, her style. So that's a lot. And let me get into the first part of the question. How did you break a pygmy? Arnold, it's a great question because the prodigy in me break the foreign languages first. I had 9 months. It's been 9 months since that part of me I grabbed from the past life and bring it into the forward. And I will say this to you, it will help you understand. Oh, and the chicas got the cracked pink fingernails, whatever. We still got to get the videos taken care of, right? We can't let anything stop us from being able to get our work done, not even they chipped a nail polish, and we just go hoo hoo hoo. Okay, so I grew up and I say there's something about the language of Spanish that says I like it a lot. I like the culture. I like all the shaking. I like the dancing, the samba, the salsa, and all of that. I love the Zumba. When that thing came out, I just went crazy. I just said, ooh, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. That's for me. And so growing up, I just say, this really has my attention. And I say, this, I can get this Spanish easy. Like I would fantasize that it would just come out of my mouth. Like I would think about the words and I would hear the Spanish coming out of my mouth, like I could speak Spanish, but nothing never come out the mouth. But I just always loved it, and I would look for the music. I sing the song in church with family members, and I couldn't wait to get my part because there was a little bitty piece in there with the Spanish, and I just loved it. It just felt so real and so natural. So last year, when this part of me waked up from the past life, the dialects came through. What you say, the more than one, the multiplicity of them came through. Spanish, that was the first one. I don't know if you could still hear the Spanish in me, but maybe not, whatever. So I was right. I didn't know where it would come from. It came from the linguist, a part of me. Who knew this would happen to me? So I'm not crazy for thinking that all my life, and then all of a sudden it happened. And I'm not sure if it happened after Hindi showed up, or the Dutch, the Dutch. Not sure where the Pygmy showed up, but I didn't even know until I heard it coming out of the mouth of the afterlife constituents, which is who Arnold is talking about, that this was a language. I hear the clicking in the mouth, you know, like you got like balls, like marbles in your mouth. That's really what it sounded like. And I say, they were really the warm up for me after I break the linguist, because they would come through and speak to other people with the Pygmy, and I say, oh, that's nice. And I hear the marbles going in the mouth, and it's coming out of my mouth, and it's just like saying, you know, English. I don't have no there's no separation for me. I didn't realize that you got to have a certain kind of mouth and some knowingness on how to get the marbles around the mouth, which are really invisible. I know I'm a mess, but that's how I can explain it. That's what it was like. So silly me. Everybody say, where did that come from in the meditation? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? I said, oh, that's Tutu, or that's Nelson. And then the Bob Marley shit, he showed up with the interpretation up underneath it, so you could hear the marble talk out of the Pygmy shit, but then you could hear like an English interpretation of what that meant. And so I go over to the Googles and I say, okay, let me look up the word and get a handle on all of this. And I say, okay, this is what's going on. And then guess what? The Pygmy punch through the mouth. My pygmy punched through the mouth. And I just sit there shocked, and I say, I think for a second. I say, Tutu or Nelson, the Winnie, somebody help me. Bob Marley, with the Wiggles, the backyard boogie shit, to come and help me. Like somebody come and claim the marble talk, because this sounded like this come from me, but I know that I know my souls in the afterlife. I know the feeling. I said, oh, there's something going on with this that's a little bit different. And you know what? They come forward and they say, we're not claiming this. We didn't have nothing. Each and every one of them, they lined up and they say, that wasn't me. That's your linguist. You know the pygmies, and you know they got a different shit on it in the different region too. You're gonna have to work that out. I say, I get a headache. I did. I just say, I need to go in the cave and lay down for a spell and go someplace. So I always know when the pygmy is warming up, because I can feel it coming up in my throat and I can hear in advance. Thank goodness for being clairaudient and having a resurgence in your fifth chakra, because I got lots of resurgence in my fifth chakra. It's quite extraordinary. I told you about the second and the third conversation too. I could get it. And so I could hear it warming up like it's a conversation that I'm having in advance, which is nice because I know the marbles are on the way. So let's see. I hope I answered for you, Arnold, how I broke Pygmy, the little story, the weird story, and the afterlife constitutes. Okay, and then you say, can I get a preview of it? And you don't want to hear it. None of them showed up on it, because you know if they punch through the mouth, they will claim it. And I, because I work for the peoples, I have to give them credit where it's due. So let's say I hear that this sonnet, I will call it that, is a bit Celtic. And for those of you who know Celtic, Pygmy from that region of the world, you may get a kick out of it. And if you don't, then you blame it on Arnold Jackson of Portland, Oregon, the Shaman House Constituent. And then you could cuss him out too, maybe, if you could find him, because, you know, Shaman House Constituents are, you know, they got protection too. You know, they set up him and they just all kind of shit. Okay, so there, I said it. Okay, so I just do what I do when I hear it. It goes like this. Okay. Okay. That's all I have to say. Our Celtic, and then a review of a little bit of the music. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I didn't expect to do that. The soul is Pygmy. The mind is Pygmy. The mouth is Pygmy. The interpretation, did some of you get that? I got it. It was beautiful. There was a lot going on. I heard Cobainy. He's filled out of mouth. You know there's no sex going on in the afterlife or down here on the ground. That's bullshit. He want to talk about that too. And Michael Jackson, just always in everybody's businesses. The Pygmy, motherfucker. Arnold, chirp chirp. Okay, I'm out.